Welcome to me, Tina here. How's everyone's doing? Happy Saturday. And hello from Canada, Alli. And hello from East Coast, Danielle Lipton. How's everyone's doing? How you guys doing?
We're great. I'm great. Yeah. How are you, Tina? Out in the
Hey,
West.
it's like pausing. That's okay. Alli is like still in the Palladian planet right
I
now.
am. I've been really spaced out today. We're in the middle of a geomagnetic storm right now. So there's a
Well, you
lot
know
of it.
what? A lot of people are saying there's some energy today, full moon
Yeah.
today and September 24th. There's a lot of people talk about that on the net, so there's some speculation about the energy today being very strong, but it's being very good too. So we'll see. Well, hello, Jenny. How are you doing? Good evening. Yes, good. Hello to you. So quickly, guys, welcome to meet Tina. Welcome everyone for being here. If you have been here before, thank you very much for being here again and for your support. But if you are new here, please do not forget to go ahead, subscribe, click like, and share this YouTube. And also look up on Tree of Life YouTube as well. Don't forget to subscribe their channel because Danielle and Alice are amazing star seeds. All right. So I want to welcome them right now first. So, and then we can talk about a lot of stuff here while people start rolling in. So let's welcome, who's going to go first? Ellie or Danielle? Both of them are partnered for the Tree of Life. So let's welcome both of you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're
You're
great. We're
welcome.
happy to be here.
We're happy to have you guys here. Thank you.
Thank you. Danielle, do you want to say hi first and I don't know, give everyone some information about how you've been or what's going on? I don't know. I'm so spaced out right now.
Ellie, yes, an energy there. That's what it is. Let's pump it up, guys. Let's send energy. All right, Danielle. Let's talk
Everything
about yourself a
is
little bit.
okay. Everything has been amazing, and great, and the planetary shifts and all that stuff. It kind of has felt like a daydream, and like anyway, I feel like I'm looking through it more and more each day, and I'm just like that's not. It's kind of like an activation of the crystalline DNA system. So when that becomes active with the solar energetics, it's just allowing us to make changes and modifications to our perceptuality. And so really, when we start to go through this process, most people have started to see tiny little shifts occur in their holographic simulation. But the more and more, it's going to allow them to shift their perception. Now, when you start the process of shifting your, going to allow you to change the time space frequency wave. And so you may feel less right now. You may feel like you're in a daydream, so your zone of focus might be shifted. Or these are all normal ascension symptoms, especially when we're going through a retrograde with 6 or 7 planets. Like it's now.
Wow. So does anyone feel like you're going through a daydream right now? I actually do. I feel like everything's just kind of like very hypnotic right now. Daydreamy to me. I do feel this energy totally. So I have to agree with that. So
Yeah.
hello everyone who's just rolling in. Welcome to Meet Tina here. Don't forget to subscribe on both YouTube. Look up on Tree of Life YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe right now so that way you don't forget. And that way you can get information and some drawing for a free reading or free, star seed origin reading from Danielle Lipton. All right. So don't
That's
forget that.
great. And Tina, actually, it's great you brought that up because we did post our video up for the winners of the mini channeling session. So that was someone by the name of Dawn. So we want to make sure that we start a little bit of that channeling once we see Dawn pop on, or if Dawn is here, if she can just let us know. And then we also want to congratulate Janai. So Janai, we want to, congratulate you. You were also drawn as a winner for the root chakra class.
Woo,
So
Janai.
congratulations to you. Yeah.
Congratulations. Janai was here earlier on one of my live event earlier today too. So thank you, Janelle. My God, you might as
Nice.
well just like sleep over here in my channel. Welcome. I love you. Good evening, Janelle. Congratulations to you. I just post the link. Okay. So this is you're welcome, Janelle. The link is a Tree of Life link of the new class, right? Alli, you have a new class that's coming up.
Yeah, so we also want to announce we're going to be, so the root chakra class, we've decided we're going to host that again live. So we're going to be doing a Zoom for that. We've done 2 root chakra classes already. And we've also listed, Tina, I can see you've posted that up. We've also posted our next class, which is going to be the sacral chakra healing class. And on Tuesday, we're going to do a draw for the Tuesday live with you. We're going to do a draw for the winner of the sacral class, and then also do a draw again for a mini channeling session for any of our new followers on our YouTube social media sites as well. So anywhere on that Tuesday that you've subscribed during that hour, you'll go in the draw. Dawn is in fact here now. So that's awesome. Okay. So Danielle, did you want to just tap in a little bit to Dawn? And just so everybody knows, we are no longer going to be doing the live channeling of the galactic families, because when Danielle taps in to your star family, she does go into your energetic grids, and it's quite an intense experience for her. And she just found the last few sessions, it was just too much on her own energetic grids. And so we've decided instead to run contests. And so we're going to be running contests so that you can actually win a mini session. So we want to make sure that everyone gets that opportunity, and we're going to be doing that through draws. So did you want to tap into Dawn, Danielle, and we'll get that mini session started?
Yeah, just for a quick thing before that, just for those who have interest and wondering how they can get a free reading, just go to Tree of Life YouTube and subscribe, and they're going to do a drawing, according to all that subscriber who just subscribed. So you can do that, and they'll make announcements on every Thursday when they do a drawing, you guys. So, and then we'll come here, we do a live reading. Yes, because we used to do reading here just on every 5 minutes, and like what Alli just said, it just took a lot of her energy, and it took a lot for her to clear her grid. So we decided to do that. But we also going to do a lot of Q&A about everything that has to do with starseed. You guys have any question about starseed? Danielle is amazing. Solar flare or whatever, that people also have a question about that as well. She'll be, my God, she just talked about Arcturian characteristic, and she hit right on, with my origin. I go, did you know that I do bodybuilding? She said, no. I go, damn, you got it right. So you guys, she's awesome. So anyway, she's going to be featuring and showing you guys how she channels. She's amazing. And Dawn is the first winner here, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dawn, for winning that. You're a lucky star seed here. So, all right, you guys can watch how Danielle channel and see how amazing she is. All right. So, let's begin. And if you guys have any have some question about starseed, and it's not a personal question, but in general, for everybody can learn as well. So this is about supporting each other and learning and growing.
Okay, so there's star families that are stepping forward for Dawn. One is an elfin. They're not regular elfin, and they kind of look like they have it's not as bright white, more of like a kind of like a gray, but not gray, but pale in between. And they do have the elfin, that they are the primary star family for her. But then also it's the Lord. And so both of these people are stepping forward saying that she's had lives with them. Now she's in order to experience denseness, darkness, and to walk through the path of then in turn is going to allow her to tune into the crystalline realm. She is eventually going 315 extrasensory abilities in this particular lifetime. She's had the ability to hold an unconditional love frequency inside her energetic grid. That is being evolved in this lifetime, because the level that she was at before she is going time. Now, this ability, she has an air bending ability with a water bending ability. So she is also connected into the elementals of the planet Earth, to the earth and the water abilities. She can take this energetic and project it into the grids, which then in turn is going to start to change the frequency of the elemental grid gift. So when she starts the process of fully unlocking her extra sense, they're saying clear off her energetic grids, she is going to be granted access into the higher turn shall really enhance and inhibit her to step into the true potential of her ability. It's cool.
Wow. What do you think, Dawn? How do you like that? This is amazing.
That's exciting.
Does that have anything to do with Kanish? Kanish, you know the god Kanish in India culture at all? When you talk about elephants,
Is it Ganesh? Is it
Ganesh?
Ganesh?
Yes, Ganesh.
That's funny. That's Ganesh.
Yes. So to me, is that having to any connection with her?
They didn't say that. No, she's different. The elfin people they showed me were like a dirtyish skin tone, not dirty, but not gray. It was like a tan kind of gray, kind of like you caked mud on your face. And then the lion people, and the lion people are very, very stout, like they're very big, they have the lion face and they're covered in hair. And so those individuals, they step forward all the time, working with the Star People organization. And so the Star People organization face the way that we see the Star Wars movies, right? So there's multiple people from multiple planets come together and work as one group. But then not only that, you also have interplanetary relations. I have a lion person who fell in love with an Arcturian, and then all of a sudden they mate and they have a high. This kind of thing is normal up there. It's the same thing as we have different races on planet Earth as one. And so we also see a lot of geneticists go and they make and formulate new insects and animal species, and then they have actually, because this Earth is open for all types of genetic experimentation. Here and they do that, all of a sudden it's the same as up there, because any insect that you can have evolved into a full life being on another planet, and it has on another planet. The microcosm, which is on this planetary level, but then the macrocosm, there will be a being a similar genetic expression, because each and every genetic expression has somewhere. It was just a tweak in a petri dish. And so what they're saying is that's what they put it on different planets in order to grow and expand the consciousness.
Wow, beautiful. By the way, guys, quick announcement here. Do not forget to subscribe on Tree of Life YouTube. Remember, they're going to be doing drawing every week for those who to receive the live reading with her. So that's what they're going to be gifting you guys with this reading. And Danielle is very, very amazing with her connection. All right. And also on my YouTube channel, go ahead and check it out. I got so many live events coming up next week. I do have a lot of starseed people come to my channel too. It's interesting. I never seek for it, but they come to me like you guys come. And so there'll be another starseed that's going to be channel information too from UK next Wednesday. Another lady also Wednesday too. I forgot her name at this moment, but because I do so many, she's going to be doing a drawing and doing reading, which is quite amazingly accurate. And plus much more, lady about dream and pneumology and all kinds. So just go and check it out and see which one you like to come in. All right. So hello, those who just come in. Now, you guys have any questions in regard to star seeds? Please do ask.
Yeah, I have a question here from Michelle Marie. She's in the UK. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
So she takes videos, and every video she takes has an emerald green orb that is very fast and bright. And she'd like some information about who that could be that's presenting themselves. I don't know if there's...
Okay.
Good question.
That is a UFO, right? So a lot of times, normally the orbs may be fairly high interdimensional being, or they may be someone from a higher frequency or octave range, but is a UFO. Now, the reason why it's coming in green is because on the ship, because there's multiple. They've taken such a large craft and shrunk it down to such a, but then they also make it so it's able to transverse in and out of this frequency realm. So it can cut through and be harmed, and you won't be harmed. So they're saying that is the Lyrians, and they are sending expression while they're doing it. But the green is primarily because that color allows them access.
So that would tell her origin, right? The Lyrian? Because
Well,
if they come to her, is that because that's where she's from?
Yes and no. I mean, they have had interacting with her, but you could have a life with 10 different planets. So it's more like what, in order to have these guides and assistance during this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, Danielle, there's been a lot of people on the net talk about solar flash. There seems to be such a big question right now. We even have some text going back and forth in regards to solar flash. When is it coming in, and what does it mean to each person? Is it happening to each person at the same time?
Okay, so each person is a timeline bubble, which is your own frequency bubble. That frequency is emitting direct, and that's what we know is your aura field. Now, each person can also experience two realities, yet still be connected into a collective consciousness grid. So when we have, because it's in the future, time space doesn't really exist. The only moment is right now, only a perception, which is why the primary bulk of the information that the star people give us are all the now moment, and how to really start generating your own frequencies and allow the individual timeline which they're manifesting on. Now, when the solar flash happens, and it's in the consciousness grids, so we are looking at that happening in my timeline who are aware of the solar flash. We are looking at the next year or two. They don't want to give a date online, although I do have a date, but they also say it's frequency, and if they are going to be vibrationally aligned to that solar flare manifesting, this planet are very physically focused, and they might not experience a solar flare because they did it in order to evolve the soul form. So they may experience a completely different reality in which there's no turbulence, there's no shift, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like they just gradually spiritual or divine nature or their extrasensory gifts without having a solar flash. So you have to realize that we are living in a simulation, and so what you believe is what you individual believes that there's going to be a solar flash. They will manifest a solar flash. If an individual a solar flash, they will not manifest a solar flash. And this goes the same way. Now, science, they have found some type of energetic structure in outer space because, and it was made up, right? And they made it up, and then all of a sudden, the scientists took about 5 years, and they all pointed to, and then somebody found it. And so that was a manifestation because of a belief patterning. And so it's going to manifest what you see. Now, this goes hand in hand with the instantaneous manifestations. The physical reality is not real. It is a hologram of nature. And so to instantaneously manifest any item, that means a solar flash is an item in the physicality of the reality is what's in question here. And so by unlocking their crystalline DNA strands, the crystalline DNA strands are direct system, and they are directly connected into the meridians and ley lines of the physical body. When you channels back up and open up all the channels that are in the mind area, then the potential to generate frequency and project it out further into the physical reality. When you amplify that frequency generator, then all of a sudden you can make instantaneous time. So what that looks like is, if you want to be in a different location code, you can come inside your frequency, change the frequency of your biological form, which will grant you access to make a location. Therefore, changing the biological form and instantaneously teleporting it to the location of how powerful we all are.
Wow.
So
Wow.
just a question, Danielle, about that, because I know that was when you had done a channeling for me some time ago. You had said, oh, teleportation is one of my gifts. Now, that actually, when you talk about teleportation, you're talking about like interplanetary teleportation as well as teleportation on Earth. Like, that's what you're referring to? Is that right?
It's anywhere. It's anywhere.
Yeah.
In the entire universe and beyond. And then now there's portals. And so we may look at some of the gates and portals like they're in the astral realm, have the ability, and you've unlocked your instantaneous teleportation. You can teleport only to this reality. It could be this planet in this solar system, in this universe, but it can also be into the astral density levels. And so that type of teleport to take your body into the Akashic records, for an example.
Ooh.
And so you can go there. Universes. This is
that
only one. The physics change for each universe. So inside, you can change your frequency range. You can change the universe as a whole into a different color spectrum.
So that's for Palladians, right?
It's multi-dimensional. So it's for Pleiadians, it's for Arcturians, it's for everyone. And its form is going to activate and allow you access into different densities, right? You could be in this universe with this level of physics, and then you could make a shift and where the planets are all different. Everything is different, right?
Right.
But we also have the ability to consciousness and to shift our life, right? So right now I am Danielle Lipton, but if I took my consciousness and I pulled it back, I could wake up in the morning and I could be Alli, right? And this is only a holographic simulation. So you have the potential and the ability to shift, as well as shift what reality you see. You can vibrate your body into the astral realms on Earth, and you can also go into the higher angelic realms. So yeah, all of these gates, it's a domino effect. You only need one person to unlock it. Once one person does it, they start teaching everybody. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we got some questions here from the audience. Let's go with Mary Jean Griffin here. I take pictures of the clouds and I see being inside them. Who are they? And are they the Galactics? Mary Jean Griffin. We'll find out who's in the clouds for you.
So they are saying that is a Pleiadian. And they're saying the Pleiadians craft, which is always following. And then all of a sudden, they're sending a frequency down. And the frequency, like a light language to heal or bring loving emotions to the individual. And then it's just a photo.
Nice. So Mary, that's your answer. It's the Palladians that you are connecting with. So it's possible she could be Palladian too. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Now we have another person and a question that's coming from YouTube, from your YouTube. Crystal Galindo. Without receiving a channeling, is there a way to feel who you connect to? Would you say that if you are the most drawn to Arcturians, that most likely that would be your origin?
Yes. If you are feeling a pull, and it's like a magnetic pull. Now think about it this way. Remember, you would have a magnetic pull towards your family member. And that's because there's love there, and that's with them. And so when you feel a pull towards that particular race or being, percent of the times you've shared a life with them, because otherwise there wouldn't be a form of pull.
Nice, nice. Now, for those who just came in and didn't hear our announcement, Shannon, Scott, and Bridget, we used to do reading, like channeling your origin, like back to back, but that kind of like really exhausting Danielle very much, and it took her a long time to clear out her thread. So we decided to, do a drawing on a weekly basis on Thursday. So what you have to do is just go to Tree of Life YouTube and subscribe, and they're gonna take all the name of all the subscriber and do a drawing, and they'll contact you for one-on-one live reading and find out your origin. But sometimes when you ask question, that's why it's good that you guys post good question. When you ask question, you will have an idea what your origin is and what you're connecting to, right? Daniel, if they got Arcturian coming in, most likely they'll be connected to that, or Palladians, just like Mary Jean mentioned earlier, the Palladian in that ball, in that light bulb that she saw, and she felt their love also. So that's amazing, yeah. And we can be connected more than one origin as well, correct, Daniel?
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
not just one.
And then not only that, you could be connected to an extraterrestrial, but then you could go inside of your consciousness, because you guys are all very, very powerful. You can shift, and you can shift your entire life, and then all of a sudden the people that you're attuned with change, right? Who were attuned to, for an example, the Arcturians, and then I've spoken to them in another couple of changed. And so a lot of times your soul form will come in, and you will be yourself soul form. And so I have seen that higher self soul form pulled itself up and in. And so, when that happens, all of a sudden the star families change and they shift. Everything is energetic. And so we are able to have multiple personalities inside of our one body. This is the thing too. When I was a child, I worked with select beings. When I'm an adult, you're going to. And so the beings, or your star family that comes forward, times you have to be in vibrational alignment with the star family. So you consciousness, and then you may have your star family step up. That may be the Arcturians. But then all frequency, and now all of a sudden you're talking to the Magdalene collective. You're talking to angel guides. You're talking to somebody else. Frequency shifts. You open the potential to a higher frequency being coming in and making that. We all consider it like we want to know our star families and who we're aligned with, but it's just because we've all had hundreds, thousands of lifetimes with different beings on different planets, many crystalline realm. So what that means is you came from the angel realm or higher, and so you've already been in a 3D body. You've had 100,000 lifetimes with different planets and different. At that point, it's all blending. So, and then you drop back in. You go into different planets for at least lifetimes, and those 3 different lifetimes, those become your primary guides for this life. Shifting. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we got one of your subscriber, Pietra Nagalski. Danielle, tell us some good contact story. Do you have been contacted by them directly? Is that something you can share?
Yes, I have by them directly multiple times actually, and once I really came in a full contact, I mean, oh, well, we did this when you were a kid. We saved you here. We saved you here, and so it really, because it's like I thought that they had only been in contact and saved me once, which is when I was riding my motorcycle crash out, but they had actually saved me multiple times my entire life. Now,
imagine if they didn't save you.
oh yeah, I shouldn't be here right now. I mean,
That's right.
It's over 10 times. Yeah, I mean, there was one time a tire popped off of a minivan, and they manifested 2 streets hitting me. It would have came right at me. So yeah, it's been multiple times. So it's just, and it's like very grateful experience, because it's like, oh, thank you very much for and mission here. What did we have to achieve or accomplish? Because when people save you like that, there has to be, and so now I know it's to write a book and to help people and to really activate the extrasensory gifts. Sit here and channel them all day long, like it's nothing. And so any question that anybody has on how to see through the holographic simulation, right? How to overcome the 3D programming, the veil system that covers our eyes. Each veil can be seen like they are a sunglasses lens, and running that won't allow you to see a certain topic. And I noticed this with some of my writings that I did that, but I understood everything else. Oh, you have a veil running. So we pull at their energetics, we clear them, understand it, but then it allows them to grasp up and level up. So the way that this, right, is, and this is why my sessions, I do a full energetic clearing. I go inside I clear out the thought grids, your emotion grids, I'm clearing out your heart chakra, and then I go into abundance codes and positive affirmations, right? But then we bring our people step up and they're like, well, this is all the information that they need to level them up. And so between an energy, that's how the process of raising your consciousness works. You'll always be, and then you'll learn something. And this happens naturally with the growth in the cycle. And so, yeah, it's amazing.
Now, Alli, you want to make an announcement about your classes coming up?
Oh, well, we want to mention, so we are running one more root chakra live class, and just make sure you go to the website. We have that posted. And then we've also listed, speaking of the chakras that Danielle clears, this is something that everyone is capable of doing themselves. So we, our goal is to teach you how to tap into your energetic grid, by yourself, so that you can learn to clear it and look for density and, wipe it clean so that you are aligned. So we are having our second class running, which is the sacral class. And that is going to be on October 3rd. I believe it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you go to the website, DanielleLipton.com, and go to purchase a session, you'll see a list of all of the classes that we have, and you'll see the sacral chakra class. So that's definitely worth taking, because once you have the ability to clear your own chakras, like that's the goal, right? Is that we're all capable of doing this through visualization and that sort of thing. So we really want to give everybody that skill. The other thing is we do run a private Star People group on the first Saturday of every month. So that's going to be a really great opportunity for anyone who's looking for a bit more of a private feel to it. Last time we had only 5 or 6 people. So it's, if you have questions, and it is on a Zoom link, so it is in a, in a private group, it's a great opportunity. It's not recorded for you to pop on and ask questions. So that's also on the website, DanielleLipton.com, and it's called Private Star People Group. And then Danielle, do you want to talk about, you're going to be, launching a inner circle group as well. So do you want to just talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So the inner circle group, I have more followers, and these are people that I post information out, and 5 minutes later they've read, and they want to know, and they've read all of my work. So like, I really want to make an inner circle. It's once a month or once every couple of weeks, but we pop on Zoom, and then the people who really interested in learning how to really evolve and unlock these extrasensory abilities, those are the people I want to be. There's so much information that the Star People have given me. I mean, I could sit here and talk about it for 9 days, and want to know, okay, I've tried every spiritual modality, I'm stuck. Now what do I do? Because if you do this, you're releasing the resistance, and all of a sudden it's going to activate you. And so activated at any moment in time. Any person, and I've made lightning 3 times, instantaneously manifested items in my hands. So I know we can do these things right now. If you don't have to, all you have to do is open your heart. You have to become in alignment with the source based frequency wave. And then when you're really, really happy and you're glowing and you're then all of a sudden, that's when things like this will fire off into your physical reality. And so that's where you want, right? You make a list every single morning. What are some steps? What are some things I can do? And then you follow that. And then if that didn't make you happy, change the list. The next morning, you write down a new list. Make myself happy. And then you write that down, and then you take the steps. Try doing it. Even if you have to rest, right? Just try one thing a day. You got 5 minutes? Do 5 minutes. Did it make you laugh? How much did your belly hurt when you laugh? Because if that's how you did it, that's what you need to keep doing, because that's going to raise your frequency. And any food, then any fast. It's all about laughing and being as children are. Children, because they laugh all day, and when they get into their little fights, they're over it in 5 minutes, right? And so that's how we're supposed to be, right? If I hand one of my kids a bag of candy, they're going to share it with the other, because if they see the other child getting sad, they share, right? And this is human nature. This is how we're supposed to. One person is sad or depressed, the group is supposed to pull that person up and hey, what's wrong, right? And we make each other feel better, because together we rise. And so when we start this process, right, and doing things, only things that are healthy and positive and beneficial for our life, it changes the entire physical reality that we see. Now, one great example, when you start eating raw organic food, right? There's no chemicals, there's no pesticides. You're blessing it. You're really sending that food love, gratefulness, appreciation, and thank you, right? And then when you food, it's going to start to recode your subatomic cells, which then in turn raises your more that you practice that and do it like it's a mantra, right? Thank you, food, for healing my body. Thank you, love, right? So the frequency in that food is going to be really high. You can strap a crystal to the outside of your crystal water. You could bless the cup so that any water that comes out of the cup will heal you. Now it's going to change in frequency because it's been blessed. Now, the more and more you place your focus on these, going to become. So right now, we do have a time-space delay. And we can see this because testing has been a little slower. And this is like the safeties on the hologram. This is what the start to blow yourself up, right? So the more and more you practice these things, the more focus and attention, the higher the frequency is going to be. So that's what they want us to do with everything. Everything that you get and you see dirt, right? You clean it up, make it nice, pick up the litter, live and be. And I've noticed when I do this with my kids, we went to the beach, we started picking up litter, all of a sudden other people litter. So it will reflect into the world that you wish to experience, so that you wish to see. And the change will reflect out in the universe that you are existing in.
That's why when you're here in the same like-minded group, listening to all this and you feel uplifted, this is how your world's going to be. 5D, guys. Yeah. And I just post the link that Alli just talked about, guys. Just look up the link in the chat box. The link to take the classes. Go to the classes if you wanted to take that classes. Now, when are you going to come out with your book, Danielle?
Babying it.
I surprised her here. You should write a book. You got a lot of information. Right?
Well, I am writing a book, actually, and it's called My Baby Step Process of how to go from a 3D perspective into a 5D one. A lot of science, a lot of physics, and then that's like the beginning stages, but then it evolves into magic.
Right. So Mary Jean, you wanted to get the link to Danielle's YouTube. It's when you come into this link, you should see a link. I post the YouTube link already. So just look under the description of this video. The link is right there already. Yes. Okay, I got this link right here. I might as well just,
I
I'm
just
gonna
sent it
post
to
it
you.
right there, guys. Okay, Mary Jane, Allie has it ready for me, so this is awesome. All right, just post the link of the Tree of Life. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe mine too. So there's a lot of events on the channel that I have. Just announcement tonight. Well, this evening, 6 p.m. Pacific time, there's going to be a full moon in Aries event. I'm not sure exactly what this Evolve Me practitioner is going to do, but I know there's going to be some sort of celebration and meditation, and could be something else too, even reading. We'll find out as it goes. And next week, there's going to be a lot of live event on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and subscribe that, and that way you will find out what are these events coming up. Tons of different practitioners. I probably list about over 15 events already. All right, so different practitioner. There's a different starseed channeler, um, the clairvoyant with drawing and images, which is fascinating to me. And then the dreams and numerology. Then tarot lady, she's a teacher, so she's going to be on a live talk as well. And tarot reader, clairvoyant reader, just different. All right, guys, let's get back to the Tree of Life.
Not right now.
That's right. Let's go with the next question. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So next question, let's pick one here. Unless you have a different question, Allie. If not, we're going to pick from the audience. It's kind of fun to answer some of the audience questions too. You guys got some good question here. All right.
Janai. Oh, I have something pops up from Janai here. So Janai is feeling attacked. Like she's encountering people in her reality that she feels that they're trying to make her feel less than. Can you speak a little bit about that? Like what that could be about?
Yeah. So sometimes we are called to put a boundary ring if someone is being mean to you in the physical form. So if someone in a physical body, negative energetics at you, cursing at you, treating you bad, it's okay to tell them, no, you're not allowed to hang out with me, or you no longer have access to me until you change it at all. And this is even okay, even if it's family, right? And so a lot of people have reservations because they don't want to do that to their family. But you have to remember that every single word and emotion that's cast at water, it actually changes vibration. And so when you're allowing somebody to mistreat you, or you're placing yourself someone who thinks negatively about you, then that even if it's a thought, they're negative projecting an emotion at you. And so a lot of times there's energetic cords which form negative energy. It'll just attack you at the cellular level. So if you're around a depressed person's frequency is going to have an effect on your own. And this works the same way well. If you walk into a toxic home, then that toxicity is going to have an effect. So it's okay to place boundary rings around physical people. Now, energetics that manifest. And so let's say, for example, someone is nice to your face, but then they're mean and they're rude and they're casting all this negative energy at you. Well, you're high over whether or not you are going to accept that negativity. So, for an example, know you is going to curse at you, and maybe they'll say, I don't like you because your hair is blue. It's not going to trigger any of your emotions because you know that your hair is not blue. And so it's not really going to happen. If somebody says something and it triggers you, so now you're getting all upset because they said something to yourself. Well, why did I allow that comment to get to me? Right? Because you allowed it to trigger. And so what belief pattern needs to be changed or shifted? So that actually turned into an experience for you to evolve from. Because all experience negative is just giving us an opportunity to learn how to recode our emotions. Because when you are able and capable of having complete emotional intelligence, higher frequency emotions to be emitted, right? That all of a sudden raises your frequency to. However, there are some experiences that it's going to take humanity a little. Like one such experience would be a death of an animal or a loved one, and so we automatically go into a sense of loss or grief. But the way of ancient, a loss of a loved one in grief, it instead was a celebration. And so they used to celebrate life because they knew that there is an afterlife, there is an energy body, and there is a realm pulled into, and they continue to live on. And so there are many different aspects in intelligent process, but every negative experience with every single person, question, why am I allowing myself to be in their presence? If it's a job and you're around jobs, right? It's very, very simple to change jobs these days. You go to LinkedIn, and there is changing jobs, so you baby step the process. How can I apply for jobs while I'm working at this one? Or how, right? When you step into this type of divine alignment is when your heart starts to link into the source frequency. When you start to step into that, all of a sudden everything manifests very rapidly. So if something is not in alignment, it's going to be broken, lower frequency, or you're going to start to notice that it no longer suits you, or you feel like you just, this happened to a lot of people, especially during COVID, right? They're like, I don't want to go to work for this place of happiness. So what did they do? They started making moves, and then all of a sudden, this huge wave of people started at home by themselves. And so we can see how that has allowed people, because now by yourself, or do something where you're self-generating your own money, then all of a sudden it changes your entire life. Freedom to go where you want and do what you want when you want to do it. So we can see how they have been fearful. It changed the person's entire physical reality, because now instead of going so much activity and toxicity, now they're doing things more on their level. And then it's also giving the time and really spiritually develop, right? Like we are children, spirit years. And so humanity's lifespan is only 120 right now. So each and every human being child in the spirituality sense. And so we are being asked to evolve. And so this has never been done in the solar system. And that's why so many star seeds are here on because we knew that we would able to be hold on to this love-based emotion and tune into the source. In turn, will allow us to fully unlock our energetic grid structures as well as the crystalline DNA.
Nice. Now I got this. Bridget asked question. I am Blu-ray star seed. What are the Blu-ray star seed anyway? How many star seed has blue color, Danielle? Because I kept hearing a lot. I know Palladian's blue, right? And then Arcturian's blue. Who else are blue? Are they different from Blu-ray star seed?
Yeah, the Blu-ray star seed, that blue is an actual frequency, and so physical form, but it's a little bit more crystallized in nature. And so the clear blue eyes primarily, but they also interbreeding has occurred, and so they have planetary species. And so when we hear the Blu-ray people, and so that means that their soul is in some type of alignment, so that they're able to communicate at a higher frequency range. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Thank you for that question. Let's see with the next question of I do various form of healing work, a Reiki master and do massage. A few years ago, I also start noticing the blue sparks of the light occasionally while she's working. Maybe her hands around her. What are those blue sparks could be?
So I too have had that experience where to show me how to open a portal. And so there's different ways of instantaneous teleport. Just change our frequency code and we change the location code, which allows us to manifest the location, right? So that's one way of doing it instantly. The other way of doing it would be while you're driving, the flickering and flickering. And so you're able to change the flicker rate, which allows you to end up at the end of the rate. That's also instantaneous. It's biolocation. And so now this is important because your palm chakras, they have to be unlocked, right? So you basically have potential to fire the chi energetics at a stronger rate because they're focused and they're practicing it. So when you do this, you are able to spiral the energetic, which is only a frequency, and you're allowed you to see yellow sparks. Now that's yellow sparks because the portal I was trying to open is what the star people are saying is her portal was into a different dimension or density level. Off the sparks, but those sparks would have opened to a parallel reality or parallel universe.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alli, what you got here?
Right. Okay. So I just want to mention for anyone who's just joining that we do have a series of classes that we're offering on the website, daniellelipton.com. So we are running our second chakra healing class, which is the sacral chakra. That's taking place October 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you are interested in, learning some visualization techniques, learning a little bit about crystals and how to bring your sacral chakra into alignment, definitely you want to check out that class. And Tina has just posted that link up. We also have some private Star People channeled sessions. So we understand a lot of the questions that have come on and we're not always able to get to them. So we do have private Star People that we do on Zoom, and they're really, really small classes. And it's a chance for everyone to come on camera and really get to know Danielle and ask her questions. So that is something that we're running on Saturday, October 1st at 8 p.m. So if that's something you're interested in to get more of an intimate experience, definitely check that out. We're just really excited to start offering, different classes. And Danielle mentioned earlier about, starting an inner circle group. So we want everyone to know that, these are all skills that you can learn on your own. And, the classes are just helping you, get the skills to do that. So we're excited to offer it. And thank you, Tina, for posting that up. We also just want to mention we have a contest. So we've decided, because Danielle is not in a position to do the channeling of galactic families that she was doing previously, just because of the intensity of her energetic grids, we've decided to run a contest each week. So on Tuesdays, when we do the live channelings with you, Tina, the subscribers, we are going to be putting in a draw. And actually, even now, any new subscribers, even from tonight, we'll put your name in a draw. And then on Thursdays, we're going to be doing, we'll be drawing two names. One will be for an existing follower, and that will be to win one of the chakra healing classes. And the second one is going to receive a mini channeling session at the beginning of every Saturday's live with you. So
But if you cannot wait and you want more extensive reading, just connect Danielle directly, right? Get the one-on-one. I think that's better too, because you have to meditate 15 minutes prior to the reading and you get tons of information. I mean, this is just a suggestion because I had it. She did mine too. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So of course, like anybody who's looking for more of, a real intimate private experience where Danielle is just giving you, 30 minutes of intense channeling of your abilities. Yeah, that's definitely what you want to check out. And she also has ascension packages as well. The value of that package is incredible. And that's essentially having Danielle as your own private ascension coach, where she meets with you weekly, based on your availability, and really helps you raise your frequency and, possibly have those really cool ET encounters with your galactic family. So everything is on the table. when it comes to, when you raise your frequency, these experiences are just amazing. So definitely check out the website, everyone, if if you haven't already, or if you're new to this live Tina, and you can get a lot of more information about what we're offering. So thanks,
That
Tina.
sounds good. And thank you, Crystal Galindo, for your such a kind compliments there. Just wanted to say thank you to you all. So much helpful information in just a very short amount of time. Indeed, much love to you all, and much love to you too, and to everyone who's here as well. We always send a lot of love and light and energy to everyone who's actually, you get activated when you're in here, believe it or not, because as you listen to it, just kind of trigger that memory. So believe it or not, right? So
Absolutely.
anyway, just quickly, guys, 6 p.m. today, Pacific time, I'm going to have a live event, another live event with the full moon in Libra. Okay, I believe there's some sort of meditation and also some sort of activation and reading involved, but we'll find out, right? But practitioner hasn't told me yet what it is. I guess it's going to be a surprise. And also look at my YouTube live, free live events that I have posted on my channel. Tons of live events going on right now. I mean, just next week alone, there's probably like 5, 6, almost every day. Not every day, but it's almost every day, because some days there's 2 or 3, in one day. All right. So that's a lot of stuff that you guys can enjoy and come in and ask information or get reading and healing. So we're going to move on into the next question here from the audience. All right. We saw Tom Jordan's here. Which event will occur first? Solar flash or magnetic pole shift?
So both of those events are actually connected. And so we may notice is going to start to tilt and tilt, and it's constantly rotating, which is why the universal have to be updated. And so if you have one of the old compasses, you may notice a slight discrepancy. Those poles are already shifting. And so this is happening because of the human consciousness grid is connected to every single human being on the planet. And so when enough of this become activated, and they become activated, it changes the human consciousness grid, which then the solar flash to the planet. And so that solar flash will not manifest until the consciousness. And so when enough individuals reach a certain level frequency, that's when the solar flash will. We can already start to see the magnetism is shifting, and so that's fine for right now. That takes place. When that pop takes place and that solar flash comes, the people in their nature are going to shift into another octave frequency. Give them the perception like they are still on Earth, because their frequency will manifest that. However, this Earth is still going to be in the 3D frequency range. And so this Earth, while this Earth remains here, which is why you may notice on the planet, there are some magnetic sphere has shifted multiple times, causing chaos and destruction. And so beings that were ready to evolve, they evolved. And the beings that were not ready to evolve, they stayed on the Earth, one place, and then they could have experienced chaos and tragedy. So that is the whole Earth to speak about. However, it is a vibrational alignment shift. So you may also their perception has changed, and so many people working with the time-space frequency notice the ability to see into the fairy realm, or they may see gnomes, or that is an ability of the crystalline extrasensory gifts. So when you are able to shift something that was not there before, that means that you have evolved in your frequency range. And evolve your frequency range, it shifts your perception, but it's also raising the body's frequency up to level. And so when that happens, it's like a split of the Earth's, and the lower it's the magnetic shift.
Nice. Anything that you want to add on, Alli? And you got any questions for Danielle at all?
Well, I just want to, I don't know if any other, star seeds are listening relate to this, but it's really, I'm finding that I am requiring less sleep, and I find I'm functioning like more optimally. And I've also, it's interesting, I find with these, with these geomagnetic storms and with these solar flares that we're getting, I find the ascension symptoms are real. So I'll jumble my words and I'll have complete, I lost the memory of a word that I used to use. And
memories.
yeah, like memory loss, because you become so focused on the present moment that anything that isn't in your present reality is just completely like it doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's really special. So I just want to mention that, and Danielle, maybe you can touch on that a little bit, because initially I feel like a lot of people that are, slowly awakening, they feel like they're kind of going crazy. They're like, how come why can't I think of this? Or I didn't know about that. So maybe you could just talk a little bit about ascension symptoms, because I'm finding I need less sleep and I'm actually functioning better than I've ever functioned. Yeah, what do you want to say about ascension symptoms?
So the ascension symptoms is actually funny and ironic because the hot to them. So the solar energetics are actually causing heart palpitations and irregularities. And so when they go to the hospital is like, well, the sun is and it's creating this kind of, and so the people are like, oh, okay, there's nothing to know how to balance it. But if those people knew how to go inside and heal or like structures, that would stop happening to them, because that is a call to become more open-hearted. And so when we go through this process, there's many different changes that are happening. And so the sleep, the circadian rhythms may change according to Earth. Now, Earth has the aurora borealis. That was also changing or in New York earlier this year. And that should have never happened. How did that happen? And so New York. So we see that the magnetism and the electrical systems on this planet are shifting, will form in such a degree where your heart is enclosed around, and so the memory complex is connected into your emotional grid, which is also connected into the. When we start to see imbalances in the heart chakra, it'll have an effect on the memory complex. It may look like a chaos energetic for 4D beings, which is what you are right now. It forms chaos. You may forget things because the memory is repatterning itself into a file. When the sun's frequency becomes high enough, that memory complex shifts. And when it shifts, your entire memory for your entire lifetime unlocks. And that also includes the memory, taste, and touch, and all of the extrasensory abilities that not that you have, so you can see and perceive all of them in the now moment. Now the Arcturians can do this. Conversations with them, I'll be talking about Dunkin' Donuts, for an example, right? And so memory complex, and they'll pull at it, right? So when they pull at it, they're seeing, and I see it with every single experience I ever had going to Dunkin' Donuts. And so that's how the unity consciousness, it's not like they can't see my entire memory. I'm sure they can if they use technology, but each being, and then they can see every single memory connected into that item. So talking about, you could be talking about a crystal, and they'll pull at the memory grids and see every time you had an experience, so they can see into it. And so it's very humbling, because you can't lie to them. So when you start to talk and express your memories, right? And like at one point I forgot everything. So each day is like a new day for me. And so there were some things that they were filling in because they could see the entire memory grid. And so humanity is coming to that place. The gift is seeing an individual's memory grid. But then we're going to tune into the Earth's entire history of the timeline that we are standing on. And so when you're able to see all of the frequency range that your particular, binary codex frequency is in, it gives you access into all information of all time and space. I mean that's very powerful.
Well, now we're gonna wrap up, but we're gonna get with the last question that Tom has, since it has to do with ascension that you were just talking earlier. So, with the symptom that people have, is he asked if it guaranteed the ascension.
Who's on this live stream is on the ascension timeline. Especially if you're listening to shadow work and trying to be more patient, right? More self-love, more focused. We'll say anyone 51%. So if you're loving, caring, kind, 51%, you're on the ascension time. 7% of Earth's population is starseed. So they flooded the way they guaranteed the evolution. So yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I hope that helps, Tom. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know that's one thing that we mentioned a lot, is that 51% loving, caring, kind. So that's always, because I sometimes wonder, a lot of souls are listening going like, am I going to make the cut? Like it's something that, as we have this human experience, we can't help our ego kind of jumping in and saying like, am I doing it? But yeah, like you were saying, anyone listening right now is on the ascension timeline, and yeah, you're a star seed and you're here to help raise the frequency and help move this along. So thank you for being here at this time.
Yeah, definitely. And what you just said earlier, Alli, really resonate. Our ego tend to question that a lot, and just have to brush that aside. And what Daniel and you mentioned earlier too, about just 50% being loving and kind. And also, you'll notice that things just go nicer in our life. We begin to become more extrasensory in our perception. The intuition is sharpened, and the manifestation just happening quite a bit. You're more in the balanced state of your life, in all aspect of your life. You're going to see all that. It just start changing, shifting. It doesn't matter what's going on with the world, with all this inflation or the war. It doesn't really affect you at the moment right now, if you are in ascension right now, because your life has gone through all this, preparation and shifting and changing, all this journey. Is that true? Am I correct with that? Right? Perfect. Yes. So don't let the London, don't worry about that. Don't worry where you're from, really. Don't worry where you're gonna go. Just be in the moment with yourself, really.
Yeah,
and sign up for her class, because sign up for a group, so that way you can get yourself steer in the right path. When you hang out with people of the same like mind, who's always just putting out all this positivity, right, and growth. You are what you hang out with, what you're around with, right? So put yourself in a positive place. Stay in a positive mode all the time. Stay in that frequency of positivity day and night. Every morning, go to my YouTube, go to my shorts. There's a lot of inspirational shorts, plus a lot of animal short, which is cute and funny. I always start off my day with that. I always started off my day looking at something that's funny and positive, make me laugh, and just kind of kept my mind focused and just being positive for the rest of the day. I start off my day with that. And again, I always tell all my listeners, my body and soul. Start off with your body. Go walk, go work out, do something. Meditate or prayers. Set your intention of your day is going to be a great day. Every day you said, I'm happy. Every day is going to be a great day for me. That's what I'm looking at. So anything you guys want to wrap up with the last word? Next Tuesday, guys, come back. Danielle and Alli is going to be here, 6 p.m. Go to the YouTube live. We're going to post the link. And the link is up already. So come back. And Danielle going to got more stuff for you. And the winner will be read. Is that what it is? But the winner will be read next Tuesday.
We're going to, any subscribers between now and Thursday next week, because we do have another Meet Tina live on Tuesday. So any new subscribers, anyone who's listening to this who's not a subscriber, who subscribes between now and Thursday next week, will be entered in a draw to receive a complimentary mini channeling session at the beginning of next Saturday's live with Meet Tina. And then also on Thursday, we're going to be doing a draw for any like anyone who's already a member of Tree of Life organization on Facebook or on YouTube. We want to make sure that we include, the people that have been following Danielle and her posts for so long. So we want to make sure that it's just so fun to give things away, and that like brings so much joy. And we want to make sure that we're offering that, to anybody who's already been following for some time. So yeah,
Yes.
thank you,
And I want to
everybody.
thank you for all the beautiful words and compliments from everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Angels, you just step in, you wish us a blessed weekend, and you too, and to everyone as well here on this platform. Very positivity around here. It's just beautiful, beautiful star family here, really.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you guys subscribe on both YouTube. You get a lot of stuff. Just like, again, just subscribe to the channel that you feel very resonate and make you feel positive, and really allow you to grow, and we can learn from each other. All right.
Totally.
All right, guys. Until next video. They're 6 p.m.
I just
tonight, but
wanted
yes, go ahead, Danielle.
I just want to say something. So,
Please do.
and this was something that the star people were saying, as you said, that it is very important for us to focus on positivity, because the positives we've been engaged with are going to shift the biological frequency. However, like watching the cell phone and absorbing the positive frequency from whatever content we're watching in the external reality. And so it's very, very, very important. Like they don't want us to use anything in the physical reality to make us happy. And so the podcast, we get all excited from them. It's important to take a step back from any and all technology and in nature, and just learn how to harness our own emotions, right? By the power of visualization, seeing something that makes you happy, or feeling into that emotional love to radiate from the heart center. When you teach yourself how to harness this energy, you become very, very powerful automatically, because that's going to amplify your aura field, which then in people, places, or things are at a low frequency, they won't be able to sit inside your aura field. Vibrationally aligned, they'll walk away real quick. And so what that does is automatically your higher frequency range, because you've done the work to raise your own frequency. So to harness your own emotions, right? The physical reality outside of you is going to change and shift. Utilize anything in the outside to change your emotions. When you want to make it come from inside you, the outside reality you see.
Amen. Nicely
Totally.
said. I love that. Well, Danielle, Alli, thank you so much for
Thank you.
today's session. It's always been absolutely positive and fun. Never fail. Always, always lovely energy and healing energy in here, And you guys, all the audience, I would like to thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, for your support. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share our videos. Share the videos and appreciate that. Come back again. Danielle coming back here next Tuesday if you wanted to get more information. Each time you come in, you're going to be learning so much from her. Think about question you want to know. Good question. We're going to post it where everybody can learn. And that way, it's like a classroom. You come here, you post some question, you learn a lot, lift up your spirit and, positivity. Why not, right? Better than watching news. That's always bad anyway. All right, guys. Thank you, Alli, Danielle. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Love you all. Thanks.